hats off to Linden Track Club. I think they just did a fantastic job all weekend long. And even in the lead up to it, and the Road to Gold trial run that they had, and they hosted runs out here, and course tours, and so on and so forth. They just did incredible.
Obviously, sorry, one more. 2020, big year, big plans. How are your emotions right now in terms of what you had planned for the year?
I have no idea. I'm trying not to think about emotions at all because I feel like it'll kind of pour out in my eyes in a second. But I know I have big plans really soon with Boston, so I'm super excited about that. I'm obviously fit, strong, and now it's going to be about recovery. So I'm actually very happy that I have something on the schedule to just kind of move on.
Yeah. Well, you looked amazing, and you led these women a lot.
Thank you.
Because as big as that pack was, boom, it broke up, right around 22 miles. Can you talk about that part of the race?
Honestly, I was fairly unaware. I just was in the group and then looked back and it was like, oh, they're all gone, And then the three up the front were obviously running great. And then, I just felt like Sally's spot was going to be the spot up for grabs. She just kind of was hanging on to this front two. And I was working with Laura Thweet and Kellen Taylor, and I was like, guys, this is our ticket. If we're gonna make a team, this is it. We gotta go. So we were able to kind of battle together for a while and chip away at it.
The break. I mean, you've been running mostly mid 5:30s, and then all of a sudden they threw a 5:17.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Okay. But you probably only had about 15 or 20 seconds to literally think about, do I go with them or not?
Yeah.
I mean,
for me, my legs were already pretty beat up, so it wasn't a matter of should I go or shouldn't I go. It was like I can't go, and I'm gonna have to chip away at this over the next couple miles. So that was my only option.
Did you think you guys would be able to claw back when it was you and Laura there?
Yeah, I mean it's the marathon. People always come back, and I didn't think Sally looked unbeatable late. She wasn't pulling away, and she certainly would have been with that group if she could have been. And I knew those last 3 miles of the course were incredibly tough, and I was a little worried about myself, but also I knew if I was hurting, everyone was hurting, so it was always a possibility, just a little too shy.
Yeah, those last two and a half were uphill into the wind.
Yeah, brutal.
It was amazing because you were back down at 6, the whole crew was at 6-minute pace, 5:59 on that page, except for the two up front.
I believe it.
Did it surprise you that really it's being sorted out at 6-minute pace at that stretch?
No, it's a lot like New York, the last several miles there in Central Park, and it's like you can run a 6-minute mile up the hill, but be pulling away from people, and then you get the downhill, and it all comes back.
The last.
Like to be in the last mile and see third place out there. I mean, it must be a very hard feeling.
Yeah, I was still fighting. I mean, I still thought I had a chance, and it's not over until you cross the line. So I was still motivated, still looking forward, still hungry. I wasn't gonna give up until the finish. So yeah. Well, I mean, when she finished, that was then you give up.
The last couple Olympic trials have kind of gone a little to form, you could say.
Yeah.
This top three, most people would not have predicted in a million years.
All, right.
What do you attribute that to?
It's the depth. It's really not that surprising who made the team when you looked at the group of 10, but like now in hindsight, you're like, yeah, no, those guys are really good. Of course, they could make it. And so they always were factors. It's just everyone's so incredibly good, and we have people with more experience, I think, than those guys. And so maybe it looks a little unexpected, but I think in 4 years' time we'll see Molly Siddell just crushing, and it's like, oh yeah, of course.
What was the point in the race where you started to feel like, oh, this might not be my day?
I never felt that way. I mean, I said I fought all day. I was 4th, not 17th, so I thought it was a really great day for me, and 3 people were just better.
And when did you start to struggle to stay right up at the front? When did that become really hard?
Someone was just saying around 22, they ran a 5:17, so yeah, it was just a big jump for me, and then I just had to chip away at it. But even in those late miles, it's like when people fall off, they can come back real quickly, so you don't ever settle and say it's over until it's over.
It was kind of hard to tell on the TV monitor because you guys were spread out. Were you taking the lead in those early miles, or were you?
Yeah, I had for a few of them, and actually just kind of to get things honest and make sure we were at a respectable pace. You don't want it to drag too long, so I had a few at the front, and then usually it's kind of like who's going to take charge, who's going to push the pace, who's going to make this a real race, and that was never a problem today. You know, I think Laura Fate was up there all day long pushing the pace, and she just did a ton of work, which she looked great. Kind of bummed for her.
What was it like to have such strong women all propelling each other forward?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great thing, and obviously finishing 4th is a bummer, but it means that there's a really good group of women. And honestly, I think if you ran the race again in a year, it could look totally different. Just because there's so many good people right now. It's great.
You want this?
How do you compare this race? This race.
Thank you.
Yeah. How do you compare this race to other marathons you've run since Boston?
Yeah, it's this is unlike anything we've done before. There's no major marathon course that looks like this, and I was telling someone earlier, it's one of those things where, like, I can visualize race morning before Boston. I know when things are going to get hard. I know how I'm going to respond. I know how people make moves, what the pack's going to look like. This is a one and done, you know. Like, I didn't even know where I was going to get breakfast yesterday night. It's like I got to call it in and be like, I'm going to get room service rice because where's a place for rice around here? And so everything's new, and so it's really hard to picture yourself in the moment and how you're going to respond to what you're going to do. And then you learn from it and you're like, oh, well, next time. Oh, wait, yeah, no, next time.
You know, it's unknown. Was the course kind of as you expected, or was it anything weird out there? Or?
It was pretty hard. I mean, to be expected, but there's not a flat spot out there. It just it was a tough day, but yeah, it was good. I think it was very fair and it picked the best team.
What about the wind?
It's super windy. I mean, that was unexpected, and honestly, I think I probably would have been closer to the front more often, but it was just like I'm just tucking in. It's not worth it being out here. Particularly in the late miles, those last few miles, like we were all separated and just getting blasted.
So do you leave a race like this beating yourself up and thinking about what more you could have done and how I could have done it differently? Or do you leave it saying, give him a best shot and that was a hard course? What do you do? There's so much going on in your head right now, I imagine.
You know, I'm fortunate to have been on 2 teams before, and it's an awesome experience, and I know what it takes to make these teams, and I know I did everything today to put myself in position to make a team, and I just didn't have, you know, so I'm really satisfied with how I raced and executed. I wouldn't change much about what I did out there. Had a sickness in my build-up, can't control that. I mean, I would have loved that week back, maybe that's a different thinker, but ifs and buts, doesn't really mean anything now.
Such a different race than 4 years ago. It's such a big path for so long.
Yeah.
It seemed like. How is that? What are you thinking as you're going through and there's 10K left and all these people around?
Yeah, I mean, I really expected that, to be honest. I figured there might be 10 to 15 people at 20 miles, and then when we got there, they'd just be flying off the back, just because a lot of people were contenders here, like real legit contenders to make this team, so I expected them all to be there. And then you expect people to just take a really big chance, you know, and today's the day I'm going to go all out, and if I blow up at 20, so be it. And I think some people did that as well.
And do you think you did it? Were you doing that as well?
No, I belong there.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I just think it's the one race every 4 years where you have to overcommit a little bit. And I see people doing their training; they get really excited, and it's like I have to do more. I have to be better than ever before. You know, and same thing on race day. It's like I got to try to run outside myself for a lot of these people to make it.
Anything you would have done differently right now?
I mean, I think mentally, like mile 22, 23. I just got a little soft. Like I thought it was gone for a few minutes there and settled, but I don't think I could have changed much. I think, and that's why I feel relatively satisfied with this, because I don't think I could have changed anything today to have closed that tiny gap. I think so.
Will you run another marathon again?
I'm running Boston, man.
Oh, you are going to do that?
I'm running Boston.
That's a quick turn. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, we'll see how I recover. I mean, honestly, there was kind of a. I hate to even think this, but there's a point in the race where it's like, well, shit, I'm running Boston. Should I just shut it down and jog in? Linden. And that was
I ran with Ken Wright out there a couple weeks ago, and he said he was talking to you, and he said he told you to do that.
That's right.
So you were really thinking.
No, I mean I'm already signed up. I'm doing the double, and it's like I'm not making the team. Should I just back it up and be a little bit better for Boston? But it mattered to me, and that's why I came out here. So it's I still fought all day, even for like one split second that hit my mind, and it was like, no, you're here. You're already too far into this, and it means a lot. So put your head out of your ass and go.
Performance. Do you feel more pride in your performance now, or more disappointment at not making the team?
It's about 50-50. I mean, I'm proud of it. I think I did everything I could. I did a great job. Got beat by some so it's mixed bag.
You said before
such a competitor, but you're also such an inspiration for so many women in the field, and there were hundreds of them behind you. Do you have any words coming from your career of experience, to them about your race and about this race?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's ups and downs in the sport. And today, I put everything I had into it, and just didn't get the result. So be it. But it's not always about the result. It's about the effort. Showing up. And I know it's cliche, but loving the process. And honestly, it was just a ton of fun to race today. Like to be in that field and to watch kind of the next stars come up, and just the potential around me was really incredible. So it is cliche, but it was a really good time.